Once upon a time in a secluded valley, there lay a serene temple known as the Garden of Still Waters. It was an oasis of tranquility, hidden away from the clamor of the world. The temple was renowned for its beautiful garden, where a crystal-clear pond mirrored the sky and the surrounding flora in perfect stillness. The abbot of the temple, Master Tenzin, was a revered Zen Buddhist teacher. He had dedicated his life to understanding the nature of mind and guiding others on the path to enlightenment. His disciples, a small group of dedicated monks, looked up to him with great reverence, eagerly soaking in his wisdom. One day, a young man named Aiko arrived at the temple. Aiko was a scholar, well-versed in various philosophies and religious teachings, yet he felt an inexplicable emptiness inside. He had heard tales of Master Tenzin's profound wisdom and decided to seek his guidance. Master Tenzin welcomed Aiko warmly and allowed him to stay at the temple. On his first morning, Aiko joined the monks for meditation by the pond. He found it difficult to quiet his mind, his thoughts racing with judgments about himself, others, and the world around him. After the meditation session, Aiko approached Master Tenzin. "Master," he said, "I have studied many teachings and philosophies, yet I still feel burdened by my thoughts and judgments. How can I find peace?" Master Tenzin smiled gently. "The mind is like this pond," he said, gesturing towards the still water. "When it is calm, it reflects the sky and the trees perfectly. But when it is disturbed, it becomes murky and unclear. Let us walk together, and I will share a story with you." As they strolled through the garden, Master Tenzin began his tale. Part 1, The Merchant's Dilemma. In a bustling village far from the temple, there lived a wealthy merchant named Hiroshi. Hiroshi was known for his keen business acumen and had amassed a great fortune. Despite his wealth, he was deeply unhappy. He constantly worried about his riches, fearing they might be stolen or lost through bad investments. His mind was a whirlwind of judgments and attachments. One day, Hiroshi met an old friend, Kenji, who had become a wandering monk. Seeing the contentment on Kenji's face, Hiroshi poured out his troubles. "How can you be so at peace, Kenji, when you have nothing? I have everything, yet I am miserable." Kenji smiled. "You are trapped by your attachments, Hiroshi. True peace comes from letting go. Come with me to a temple I know, the Garden of Still Waters. There, you will learn the art of letting go." Hiroshi was skeptical but desperate for peace. He decided to accompany Kenji to the temple. Upon arrival, they were greeted by Master Tenzin, who welcomed them and allowed Hiroshi to stay and learn. Part 2, The First Lesson. The next morning, Master Tenzin led Hiroshi to a small, cluttered room filled with various items. "This room represents your mind," Master Tenzin said. "It is filled with thoughts, judgments, and attachments." Master Tenzin handed Hiroshi a broom. "Your task is to clean this room, removing anything unnecessary. Do it mindfully, observing your thoughts without attachment." Hiroshi began to clean, but it was no easy task. Each item he picked up triggered a flood of memories and emotions. There were trinkets from his childhood, gifts from business partners, and souvenirs from his travels. He found it hard to part with any of them. Hours passed, and Hiroshi was exhausted, both physically and emotionally. He went to Master Tenzin and confessed, "I can't do it. Every item seems important. How can I decide what to let go?" Master Tenzin nodded understandingly. It is not about the items themselves, but your attachment to them. Each time you pick something up, ask yourself if it truly serves your peace and well-being. If not, let it go. Hiroshi returned to the room with renewed determination. Slowly, he began to discern what was truly important. As he let go of more and more items, he felt a lightness he hadn't experienced in years. Part 3, The Garden of Shadows. Several months passed, and Hiroshi's mind became clearer. However, he still struggled with judgments, both of himself and others. One evening, Master Tenzin invited Hiroshi to walk with him in the temple's garden. "Do you see these flowers, Hiroshi?" Master Tenzin asked, pointing to a row of blossoms. "Each one is unique, yet we do not judge one as better or worse than another. They simply are." Hiroshi nodded, understanding the metaphor but finding it difficult to apply to people. Master Tenzin continued, "There is a story of a gardener who had two sons. One son was diligent and hardworking, while the other was carefree and often lazy. The gardener loved both his sons but judged the carefree son harshly. One day, the diligent son fell ill and was unable to work. The carefree son, seeing his brother's distress, took up all the tasks without complaint, working tirelessly to care for the garden. The gardener realized he had misjudged his carefree son, seeing only his outward behavior and not his capacity for love and compassion. Hiroshi listened intently, the story resonating deeply within him. He realized that his judgments were often superficial, based on incomplete perceptions. Part 4, The Mirror of the Mind. Master Tenzin then took Hiroshi to the pond. "Look into the water," he said. "What do you see?" "I see my reflection," Hiroshi replied. "Do you see the dirt and debris at the bottom?" Master Tenzin asked. "Yes, but only when the water is disturbed," Hiroshi observed. "Our minds are like this pond," Master Tenzin explained. "When they are calm, they reflect reality clearly. But when disturbed by judgments and attachments, our perception becomes murky. The key is to let go and allow the mind to settle." Hiroshi spent many hours by the pond, meditating and observing his thoughts. He practiced letting go of each judgment as it arose, allowing his mind to return to stillness. Over time, he found that his judgments became less frequent and less intense. Part 5, The Impermanence of Life. One day, a great storm swept through the valley, causing significant damage to the temple and its garden. The monks worked tirelessly to repair the damage, but the once beautiful garden was now a shadow of its former self. Hiroshi was heartbroken. "All our hard work, destroyed in an instant," he lamented. Master Tenzin placed a hand on Hiroshi's shoulder. "This is the nature of life, Hiroshi. Everything is impermanent. Our attachments to the garden, to our possessions, to our judgments, they all cause suffering when they are inevitably lost or changed." Hiroshi realized that his attachment to the garden's beauty had caused his suffering. He began to understand that true peace came from embracing impermanence and letting go of attachments. Part 6, The Ultimate Test. Years passed, and Hiroshi became a respected member of the temple community. One day, he received news that his entire fortune had been lost in a fire. Everything he had once valued was gone. Hiroshi felt a deep sadness but remembered Master Tenzin's teachings. He took a deep breath, observing his thoughts and emotions without attachment. He realized that his true wealth lay not in his possessions but in the peace he had cultivated within himself. Master Tenzin smiled when Hiroshi shared the news. You have learned well, Hiroshi. You are free because you have let go of your attachments and judgments. Hiroshi bowed deeply. Thank you, Master. I now understand that true peace comes from within, not from external circumstances. Years turned into decades, and Hiroshi became a wise and compassionate teacher, guiding others on the path of letting go. The Garden of Still Waters flourished once again, not because of its physical beauty but because of the inner peace and wisdom cultivated by its inhabitants. Hiroshi often told his story to new arrivals at the temple, reminding them that the journey to peace begins with letting go of judgments and attachments. He became a living testament to the teachings of Master Tenzin, embodying the stillness of the pond and the resilience of the garden. In the end, the Garden of Still Waters was not just a place but a state of mind, one that anyone could achieve by letting go and embracing the impermanent nature of life. And so, the teachings of Master Tenzin and the wisdom of Hiroshi continue to ripple out into the world, like the gentle waves on a still pond, touching the hearts of all who sought true peace and enlightenment. The story, The Garden of Still Waters, offers several profound lessons about letting go of judgments and attachments, embracing impermanence, and finding inner peace. 1. Letting go of attachments. True peace comes from releasing attachments to material possessions and desires. Hiroshi learns to let go of his wealth and possessions, realizing that they are sources of his suffering. 2. Non-judgment. Judging others and oneself creates mental turbulence and prevents true understanding. Through the gardener's story, Hiroshi understands that judgments are often based on incomplete perceptions and can be misleading. 3. Mindfulness and clarity. A calm and clear mind reflects reality accurately, while a disturbed mind distorts it. The analogy of the pond teaches Hiroshi that a still mind, free from judgments and attachments, can perceive the truth. 4. Impermanence. Everything in life is transient, and clinging to impermanent things leads to suffering. The storm that damages the garden shows Hiroshi that nothing lasts forever, and peace comes from accepting this truth. 5. Inner peace and true wealth. True wealth and peace come from within, not from external circumstances. Hiroshi finds inner peace by letting go of his external wealth and embracing his inner journey. 6. Compassion and understanding. Compassion and understanding can replace harsh judgments and lead to deeper connections with others. The gardener's realization about his sons teaches Hiroshi the importance of seeing beyond superficial behaviors to the true nature of people. 7. Mindful practice. Mindful practices, such as meditation and observing thoughts without attachment, help cultivate inner peace. Hiroshi's journey of meditating by the pond and practicing mindfulness leads him to a state of tranquility. 8. Resilience and adaptability. Embracing change and being resilient in the face of adversity is crucial for maintaining inner peace. The rebuilding of the garden after the storm symbolizes resilience and the ability to find peace despite external changes. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video.